The story of Genesis 19. One evening, two angels arrived in the city of Sodom, where Abraham's nephew Lot lived. Lot was sitting at the city gate when he saw them. Recognizing them as special visitors, he bowed low and insisted they stay at his house for the night. At first, they said they would spend the night in the square, but Lot strongly urged them to come in. They agreed, and he prepared a meal of unleavened bread for them. That night, however, the men of Sodom, young and old, from every part of the cities surrounded Lot's house. They demanded, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out so we can know them," a phrase meaning to abuse them. Lot went out and pleaded with the crowd not to act so wickedly. In desperation, he even offered his two daughters, saying, "Do not do anything to these men, for they are under the protection of my roof." The mob became furious. They shouted, "This fellow came here as a foreigner, and now he wants to play the judge. We'll treat you worse than them." They pressed against Lot to break down the door. At that moment, the angels reached out, pulled Lot back inside, and struck the men outside with blindness so they could not find the door. Then the angels told Lot, "Do you have anyone else here, sons-in-law, sons, daughters, or anyone else in the city? Get them out, because we are going to destroy this place. The outcry against it is so great that the Lord has sent us to destroy it." Lot hurried to speak to his sons-in-law, who were pledged to marry his daughters, warning them, "Hurry and get out of this place, because the Lord is about to destroy the city." But they thought he was joking. At dawn, the angels urged Lot, "Hurry, take your wife and your two daughters who are here, or you will be swept away when the city is punished." Still hesitating, Lot was seized by the angels, his wife, and his two daughters, and they were led safely out of the city, for the Lord was merciful to them. As they brought them out, one angel said, "Flee for your lives. Don't look back, and don't stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains, or you will be swept away." But Lot pleaded, "No, my lords, please, your servant has found favor in your eyes, and you have shown great kindness. But I cannot flee to the mountains. Disaster will overtake me, and I will die. Look, there is a small town nearby. Let me flee there. It is very small. Then my life will be spared." The angel agreed. "Very well, I will grant this request to it. I will not overthrow the town you speak of, but flee there quickly, because I cannot do anything until you reach it." That is why the town was called Zoar, meaning small. As soon as Lot reached Zoar, the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah fire from the heavens. He overthrew the cities, the entire plain, all the inhabitants, and everything growing on the ground. But Lot's wife, who was following behind him, looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Early the next morning, Abraham went to the place where he had stood before the Lord, and looked down toward Sodom and Gomorrah. He saw dense smoke rising from the land, like smoke from a furnace. So it was that when God destroyed the cities of the plain, he remembered Abraham and brought Lot out of the catastrophe that overthrew the cities where Lot had lived. Afterward, Lot left Zoar with his 2 daughters and lived in a cave in the mountains. Because he was afraid to stay in Zoar, one day the older daughter said to the younger, "Our father is old, and there are no men around here to give us children, as is the custom all over the earth. Let us get our father to drink wine and then sleep with him to preserve our family line." That night, they gave their father wine, and the older daughter went in and lay with him. Lot was not aware of it when she lay down or when she got up. The next day, the younger daughter said the same, and they repeated the act. Both daughters became pregnant by their father. The older daughter gave birth to a son and named him Moab. He became the ancestor of the Moabites. The younger daughter also had a son and named him Ben-Ammi. He became the ancestor of the Ammonites. And so Genesis 19 reminds us of a powerful truth. When God gives a warning, it is out of love, and protection and obedience brings life. Lot and his daughters were saved, but Sodom and Gomorrah perished because of their wickedness. If you found this story meaningful and want to hear more powerful retellings from the Bible, don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe for more content like this. Stay inspired and stay blessed.